I recently wrote an article called The Art of Crafting Compelling Offers, a strategic framework beyond basic sales, creating offers that convert in today's competitive business landscape. The difference between struggling and thriving often comes down to one critical element: how effectively you present your offers to potential clients. And I've spent decades refining the art of crafting compelling offers for myself, for clients, and the whole objective is to convert prospects into loyal customers. And it's a framework that distills my 40 years of sales experience into actionable strategies you can implement immediately. And I've done this for my own company and for companies like Xerox and so many others. The three pillars of business growth, there are only three ways to grow any business. One is sell more to existing customers. Two is increase your prices. And the third one is acquire new customers. That's it. That's the three ways. And most businesses rely on just limited methods to generate sales, often depending heavily on referrals, advertising, or building sales team. But what separates exceptional sales performers from the average? And the answer is clarity. The anatomy of a persuasive offer. Now, many businesses mistake their product or service for their offer. Your product is what you have. Your offer is how you present it. And a truly compelling offer includes the specific problem you solve and why it matters. The transformation you provide, not just the features. Your unique methodology that sets you apart, compelling proof that validates your claims, and preemptive responses to the common objections. Finally, the core beliefs your buyer must hold to purchase. So, with those in mind, we can build out and create a strategic questioning framework. And don't worry, all of this is written down, is based on an article that I wrote. And I'm making this video because the article's been very popular and I've run it in a couple of Medium, a couple of formats, and it's currently on Medium and it's on my Substack, etc. So here we go, the framework. Creating a powerful offer requires answering key questions about 6 crucial domains. First one, product clarity and positioning. What promise does your offer make? How would you describe it in simple, jargon-free language? What specific problem or opportunities does it address? 2, audience understanding. Who is your primary target buyer? What are their 3 most pressing desires related to their problem? What trigger events make them actively seek your solution or find a solution from anyone? 3, try that. Competitive differentiation. Why should buyers choose you over alternatives? What frustrates buyers about competing solutions? What do buyers appreciate about existing alternatives? What do they like? What do they hate? 4, I can do a 4. 4, belief engineering. What must prospects believe about your solution? What must they believe about you and your credibility? What must they believe about their ability to implement it? In other words, can they use it? Do they think you're up for it? Do they think your product will solve the problem? But we need to answer those as questions because at some point we need to relay the answers. Objection preemption. Number 5. What are the 3 main objections prospects raise? How do you effectively address each objection? What practical obstacles might prevent a purchase or a sale? And 6, narrative framework, your narrative, your story behind the product. How do you weave these elements into a compelling story? What emotional and logical journey will guide your prospect? How will you structure your call to action? From frameworks to implementation. So this is a big important part because now that we've got the answers to those questions, or we've considered those questions and we've got a list of answers, we've now got to put that framework into practice. And it should inform every customer touch point wherever possible. You know, background information, this information should be the copy, if you like, or the brief behind the information that appears on your website. It should be why you've written, the way you've written your sales presentations, how your conversations are organized, things that your marketing materials, advertising say, your email sequences and the follow-up. You see, when you synchronize all these things and you deliver this consistency, The successful companies, you'll notice, are really good at maintaining their consistency across a range of channels while adapting to each medium's unique requirements. So the next thing, having got all the answers, having adapted the answers or placed them across the different media, is a process known as continuous refinement. So this is where we kind of step back, look at it in the round, in the whole, and we start saying, well, that could be tweaked over there. Your offer, your messaging, when it meets with actual potential customers, it's never truly finished, because you start talking to them, you have those conversations, and where did they get that from? They start talking about something else that's related and should have been in the pack. Always the case. Okay, there's always something, but that's okay when we expect it. The idea is the more that we can cover, the better. And as time progresses, we'll just cover more and more. In other words, we'll get better and better, and we'll find more and more efficiencies. We'll become more and more effective. It's a living experience that evolves, and it is always based on customer feedback. We don't start this kind of in a dark room, right? Without customers, we go through those questions. What would the answers be? Not necessarily discussing it with customers, but that is the next step. We put it on our materials. We enter it into conversations. We start backing it up with support information. We maybe research information to validate points and demonstrate points, or to even agree with customers. Okay. But basically what will happen is, as we roll it out, there'll be shifts. We'll discover new insights about customer needs. Customers don't always tell us what they want. They don't know what they want, right? But when we start discussing and presenting these things to them, it starts to become clear. And this continuous refinement process often drives innovation and is the thing that keeps you positioned as a leader in your market. So we can work together. You can do this yourself. There's no obligation. I have run and created thousands of successful campaigns over 4 decades. I specialize in helping businesses develop irresistible offers that drive sustainable growth. And the question is, are you ready to transform your business with a compelling offer that converts? And if you are, well, schedule a call. It's free to do, easy, takes 10 to 15 minutes. And I really want to find out if I can help. Because if I can't, it's okay. We'll just bring things to an end. I don't want to work on projects that I can't help with. But chances are I can, because I have just got a lot of experience in doing this. And so, I really will save time. And at the same time, no pun intended, at the same time, saving money too, because this is what I do. This is where my experience lies. And together we'll craft an offer that resonates with your ideal clients and ultimately make dramatic changes to your market positioning. I mean, that is the power of a really strong offer, because that is what happens. You start selling stuff, right? Anyway, good luck. I look forward to having a chat, and speak to you soon. Bye-bye.